Everybody, Brian here for quantlabs.net. I just wanted to show you the basic way to, as this internal trading system comes about. I'll be talking about in this video a few things. The new position table that I've just added. Also one previously shown MATLAB script which will add on the position. I'll enter position data into this table I'm about to show you, and another MATLAB script which will monitor or manage the basically the positions on a daily, any frequency of my choosing. So let me show you the positions table. This is Postgres, which is my backend. It's just a temporary database I'm using. This is a new table I've added called positions. There's some data in here. Some of it's kind of lazy columns or whatever, but whatever. But at the end, I've added some exit information as well on the, we have the long and the short. We have the short timestamp, and this is when the exit happens, meaning that the position gets closed. So we've got short exit timestamp, short exit timestamp in string format, hence the lazy unneeded columns, short exit price, long exit timestamp, long exit time string, and the corresponding for the long exit price. So when these are still at 0 or null, the position's still on. That's how I look at it. So if I jump into my MATLAB, I've got two scripts here. There's one called position on. I've shown pretty well everything in a previous video. And it just does some file inserts on that position table I just showed you. So let me run it. I'm going to run it for the data of shorting Coke and longing Pepsi. So I'll just show you how this thing works, the charting works. I've shown this before. It just takes a little bit as it captures from Yahoo Finance. So there's the two plots. I've shown this before with the targets of the stop loss and the soft targets. Right, so that's all fine and good. Let's take a look at what is in the database on the table. So if I do a select statement on the positions, what you'll notice is we've now got that new position of Coke and Pepsi. But as I said before, all the exit information is 0. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into my MATLAB and have that manage position script. I'm going to run two use cases. The first is essentially I'm going to comment out the logic of basically fudging the stop of the pricing, so that I'm just going to run it as if it's in real test condition. So it's going to grab all the latest data, the pricing. It's going to do a comparison. There's numerous ways to check on the condition of the stop loss, various indicators I could use, but in this case I'm keeping it real basic. Now in here you'll see in my comments, I have here exit the position at current prices breached either the stop loss or the soft target. That's just this assumption from the get-go. You can use both long, but both needs to breach their stop loss or soft targets. Now I could have it either or to put on or to process the exit, but I'm using both. Okay. Now, if you got any feedback on that, let me know. It should be both or either the long or the short, where their stop losses are exited, are using either short or long, where their stop losses or corresponding stop losses are breached, or are you using both, where both the short and the long have to have their short or the stop losses breached. So in this case, I'm just using both. And then again, I can use a number of other conditions or indicators to sort of set up as a condition for an exit. But in this case, I'm keeping it really basic. So That's just for testing. I want to move on to other areas of the system, but this is one area I'll be visiting quite a bit down the line on when to exit. This is just a very basic condition for now. But anyways, like I said before, I'm going to just run the process as is, as if we're just going to assume we're going to leave the position on. But I do have these two comments here, or these two lines, where I can actually have a test case where it'll just basically fudge the data where it'll put on the exit. And I want to show you that in a minute. So let me run the first iteration of this. I'm going to run this script that manage the positions. Now hopefully remember that right now the position's still on and we're not exiting, because as I said, the exit information is still 0. So here are my two new charts, same as before. Now as part of my data reporting, because I'll be able to run this daily, weekly, intraday, however I want, I'll be able to add these new charts as part of the report that gets added as the system goes through the entire open positions, and I'll be able to maintain the stop losses. And there's other things I can chart, okay? So I have a lot of flexibility here. So let me just close these out. These are exact same charts as before. But the key here is I want to show the data. So for that test condition, I'm hoping you will select on the positions table. You can see still the exit has not been processed. So that's what we're going to do in the next iteration here of that, running that script. So let me just uncomment these. So this will trigger now a position, or sorry, an exit, to exit the position. So let me run that. Everything's the same except these, and it'll update the position. So it's going to run, do all the Yahoo Finance, does the same plots as before. Here we go. Okay, but what I should expect to see is the exit did take place. And there you go. It's exited because we've updated the latest exit price, the time of the exit, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that. And the cool thing is, I can now run reports, basically just querying the database for my P&L for the day, for any time period again, to see how my system's doing. So I can just do a calculation on the difference between the entry price and the exit price on both the short and the long, so I can do a calculation on that P&L. And I can also do it in real time as well. So it's kind of cool. So that's the position management script. I wanted to show that to you. And it's looking good. I'm going to leave this for now. I'm going to show you some other conditions on showing using statistics to measure the probability of the market direction. And from there, I'm going to be tackling the logic for government data, PMI, consumer sentiment, all that stuff, be able to generate your trading ideas all automatically. And also, obviously, I have to track the portfolio and the P&L, so we have those capabilities. But the core of the trading decisions, both for the position entry, the position exits, now somewhat done for now. Of course, it's going to be modified and tweaked as we move forward. But for now, that's how it sits. So it's kind of done for now as it sits. Okay, so I'll be moving on to other areas of the system. Talk to you later.